From wearing 300 pounds of prosthetics to smashing into another car. These are the crazy lengths actors have gone to prepare for movies. We gotta start this one off in a big way. So let's get into Brendan Fraser for The Whale. The transformation that Brendan went through was absolutely insane. How do Hollywood actors actually do this?
And the challenge that he was really open with me about when I met him initially was, how am I going to do this? I need to find, well, an actor who can act, but at the same time has a physical body type.
From being an absolute unit in George of the Jungle to looking like he ate McDonald's exclusively for 20 years, Fraser has completely changed what it means to blow up. While he has changed himself quite a bit from being the ultra-ripped George of the Jungle, most of the changes come from prosthetics and makeup. He sports 300 pounds of prosthetics, and it's actually a bit amazing how he's able to bear that load. He even has the signature trademark waddling of someone who is sporting that much weight. He had to drink a lot of water during this film, because that much wardrobe work made him sweat bullets.
Of the challenge of creating Charlie, Darren was going to create Charlie using tried and true makeup, costume, and wardrobe. Adrian Moreau is the creator and makeup artist. Charlie is a man who lives with obesity. His body is hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
The change from hunk to chunk hasn't been without controversy, though. In classic fashion, social media has accused Fraser of, you guessed it, fat phobia. Before we cast too many stones or pass them, let's talk about the plot of The Whale to see if those allegations are necessary. The movie itself is about a 600-pound man who doesn't ever go out, named Charlie. The reason why Charlie stays at home and fills himself to the brim is that he has extreme guilt. Why does Charlie feel guilty? Because he left his family for a gay lover. Outside of the reasons for gaining so much weight, Charlie is trying his best to get his daughter back into his life. The problem? Even for a teenager, she's a major brat, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. It's a movie meant to tug on your heartstrings and elicit some sympathy and empathy for those who have this particular problem. It's just incredible that Fraser was able to play this part at all, because it looks absolutely exhausting. Speaking of being worn out, our next transformation is going in the opposite direction. We're talking about Christian Bale in The Machinist. Unlike Fraser before, Christian couldn't just don some makeup or prosthetics for this one. He had to lose the equivalent weight of a small child for his role as Trevor Resnick. Alright, here's the real number. About 55 pounds. That's a lot of weight. Christian looks downright ghoulish in some scenes. You can see the outline of his bones and even his skull. It's jarring and feels a bit uncanny valley-ish. You just have to shake your head in disbelief as to how anyone could do this to themselves even for a movie. The drastic weight loss that Christian Bale underwent for his role sparked a ton of debate. Some people argue that his extreme weight loss was necessary for the authenticity of his portrayal of the character, and that makes sense because it was a totally believable portrayal of Tresner. Others argue that it was dangerous and put his health at risk.
Something's happening to me, Stevie. Some kind of plot. There was an accident at the shop. A man was nearly killed thanks to me.
It looks like Bale agrees with both because he says, I've become a little bit more boring now because I'm older, and I feel like if I keep doing what I've done in the past, I'm gonna die. So I'd prefer not to die. We don't want you to die either, Christian, so be your normal ripped self like being the Cape Crusader. Nobody will complain. Transformations aren't always physical, and we can see that with how other actors have prepared for their roles. A big mental shift is when Jared Leto played the Joker in Suicide Squad. Of course, in the role of Joker, you kinda have to be a little mental while the camera is rolling. But Jared took it to the next level. His co-stars and on-set staff have come out to say he was genuinely acting insane even when not filming. Ike Barinholtz has come out on the Howard Stern show to share a moment that Jared had with Margot Robbie, who was playing Harley Quinn. He said he gave her a box that read, "Present for Miss Quinn," and says she opens the box and a live giant black rat pops out. And we're like, what the is going on? That's crazy. And it didn't stop there either. Leto kept up his insane antics even before they were shooting. Robbie explained, "This is for the squad from Mr. J," and he throws a pig on the table, a dead pig. And as he puts the pig on the table, all these bullets start coming out of it. It's really unbelievable what Jared did to get into character to play Batman's greatest rival. And it was apparently contagious, because Margot Robbie followed Jared's footsteps in acting like an insane asylum patient. She'd carry around a real tattoo gun and give anyone that consented a little ink. These people are crazy. When it comes to doing things that are wild, we have to go over some other scenes where they had to do insane things to get the shot just right, like the Avatar underwater scenes. Kate Winslet opened up recently about a picture of her on the set for Avatar 2. In it, she is underwater with both of her arms spread out with a weird cape thing behind her back, and she is really deep underwater. It's a pretty cool look into how they shot the scene, but was it dangerous? Kate says no way. They had 2 professional divers for every actor in the tank, Winslet explained. There are 2 safety divers on every performer. There are 2 safety divers on every underwater camera. There were so many people in that tank, I probably felt safer down there than I did on dry land. Alright, so maybe these shots weren't as dangerous as they look. There's no way around these scenes not being dangerous though. We're talking about the stunt scenes in John Wick. Keanu Reeves came out to say that he had to go through a John Wick boot camp for the movies, and it was no joke. He'd get tons of training for stunt driving, martial arts, and even firearms. Keanu's martial arts training included judo and jiu-jitsu, which were basically add-on courses since he also had to learn those for the original John Wick 1. Then Reeves underwent some pretty intense gun training. Since he handles so many types of guns, he had to learn how to shoot, quick draw, and reload every single one of them. Did you know that Keanu trained with a champion marksman and shot thousands of rounds of live ammo in preparation for John Wick 2? He's gotta have a Green Beret level of skill after so many John Wick movies. We can't talk about John Wick without mentioning the incredible driving scenes. And I guess driving into another car counts as training, because that's what they told Keanu to do. Get in the car, drive backward, and smash into that other car. It was funny because I hit that car so hard, I ripped the steering wheel off the steering column. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the crazy lengths actors have gone to prepare for movies.